skip to something more fun. Trump's trial. Donald Trump in trial for.
You are so good at these segues.
I know. You like that? That was my Katie Britt jump. Where I go from depressed to.
Yeah. Good. All right. So what's the latest and greatest on our favorite orange man?
Well, they're kind of wrapped up, but I want to cover up what's going up here. They're wrapping up next week. So Michael Cohen was kind of the big testimony that came in. I mean, he pretty much David Pecker pretty much established the crime, right? They falsified the business records. That was all established by the paperwork. There's no denying that. The payments to Stormy Daniels, to Karen McDougal, to the doorman, those all established by checks, and there's a lot of paperwork backing that up. The question was, what was the motive? Was it to cover the campaign? Because if it's to cover the campaign, that goes from being a misdemeanor to a felony, because now it's campaign fraud on top of that, right? So that was the big thing to establish. Pecker pretty much established that, yeah, this was all about the campaign. He did it with pretty good circumstantial evidence. Everybody else who came in after him, the controller and Trump's assistant and Hope Hicks came in and testified, and they all pretty much established this was all about manipulating the campaign. Cohen was the one who can establish it directly because he was talking to Trump, and he did this for Trump. And so Cohen pretty much did that. Well, then they did the cross-exam, and there was a discussion about a phone call that Cohen had where he basically told Trump that, yeah, I paid off Stormy, it's done. Right? But he called, and he got the bodyguard, and Cohen testifies, I got the bodyguard, he put me on the phone with Trump. And then they were like, well, yeah, but there was this other incident that was going on, and did you really talk to Trump? Was Trump even really there? And Jesse Waters is going to cover this, because it looked like this might be the thing that broke Cohen. Now, it doesn't really matter, because all the other evidence, but it might show that Cohen was wrong about this or lied about this. This could be interesting. But Jesse Waters on Fox News is breaking this dramatic story.
It's day 18 in the trial for a crime that Democrats still haven't named. Michael Cohen suffering under a blistering cross-examination today. And oh boy, did he fall apart. The prosecution's entire case rested on one phone call that Michael Cohen says took place.
It didn't rest on one phone call, and we have determined the crime. So I just want to clarify. But here's what it is.
Cohen testified that he called Trump's head of security and told him that the Stormy payment was taken care of. That was the big link between Trump and the money. Today it came out the call never happened. Trump's defense lawyers showed Cohen a sheet of text messages on the night he claims he made that call. Turns out Cohen had been getting prank calls from a 14-year-old and called Trump's security chief to ask if he could sic the Secret Service on him. Trump's defense attorney raising his voice, zeroing in on Cohen. That was a lie. You did not talk to President Trump. Cohen panicked, shifted in his seat, voice cracking. I'm not certain that's accurate. But the call logs don't lie. It was a Perry Mason moment. Sources inside the courtroom tell us the entire jury.
Yep, there it was. It's over. Trump's innocent. See? Cohen, they called about the 14-year-old. The 90-second phone call did not talk to Trump. Blah, blah, blah. According to Cohen said he did. Cohen still maintains he did. Did he talk to Trump? Did he not? Oh, my gosh. No, there's a mountain of other evidence. We're going to ignore all that. We're just going to hinge it all on this one phone call. But that was it. It was a big moment. It was the big gotcha. Fox was all excited. MSNBC was freaking out. Terrible, terrible stuff. This could go either way now, couldn't it? It could. Let's see if this comes up real quick. Oh, what's this? Oh. Experts stunned by photo proving Cohen testimony about Trump phone call? Uh-oh, what happened? Donald Trump's attorneys are fighting the introduction of a piece of evidence that legal experts believe could be extremely important for proving the charges against the former president. Prosecutors want to show jurors a photo of Trump with his former bodyguard, Keith Schiller, at a campaign rally shortly before the 2016 election. The legal experts say could prove testimony by Michael Cohen about a phone call he made to the former president about a hush money payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. And what happened? They got the photo. The photo is time-stamped 5 minutes before the phone call Cohen made to Trump's bodyguard, and it's a photo of Trump standing next to the bodyguard while he was at a rally. And what happened was they said,
Oh my God.
That's what so to say, well, Trump wasn't there, he just talked to the bodyguard. That was the prosecution or the defense's story. Michael Cohen said, no, I talked to the bodyguard, he gave me the phone, he gave the phone to Trump. And I told Trump what happened. Well, here's what happens in court. Prosecution says, we want to admit the photo, defense objects, judge sustains. Defense says, well, let's say this. If you want to object to this and have this be an issue, we're going to go subpoena the archivist for C-SPAN, which is the government television that they just film everything, right? And we're going to have him come up and get the entire video, because there's a good chance that C-SPAN has extra video they didn't air, where it's just video of Trump talking on the phone at the exact same time Cohen called him. And we could show that to the jury. And the defense didn't want to do that. They said, okay, we'll stipulate that Cohen didn't lie. And that's true. So the defense attorney said, no, Cohen did tell the truth. He did talk to Trump. They had to stipulate to that. Otherwise, the prosecution was going to bring out even more damning evidence. So that Jesse Waters, oh, it's over, we won. Nope, Jesse, you were wrong. He did talk to Trump. He was all excited, too.
Oh, my God.
He's so excited, but he thought this was it. So now I want to watch another second of this because it just cracks me. So he thinks he's got the smoking gun, doesn't realize the prosecution's aware of this.
Jury's jaw hit the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And never Trump or George Conway put his hands to his face and stared at the ceiling. CNN couldn't believe it.
Michael Cohen was...
It's all over. See? All over. And then the next day, boom. Nope, he did talk to him. And that's all bullshit.
Oh my God.
He's exaggerating the rest of it, yeah. So Cohen's testimony pretty fucking damning. And it all went through, and they never caught him really lying about anything. He did admit he stole from Trump. I thought that was funny. But that was part of a deal where it was a bribe deal and they were reimbursing Cohen, and Cohen just told him he bribed them more than he did. Which, it's still grand theft. It's still grand larceny that Cohen committed against Trump, which is fine. I mean, if they want to charge him, they can charge him. But the thing about it that I think is funny is basically it's the same shit that he was doing with Stormy Daniels. It's like, oh, you stole, and that's horrible. Yeah, but while I was stealing, I was doing the same shit I basically did with Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal. We do this shit all the time. I bribe people and we falsify it and call it a legal expense, even though it's not. This is just funny shit to me. So.